A total of 61 packages are being put up for bidding in the live auction of this year's Naples Winter Wine Festival, and they may have saved the best for last. Everyone wins with Lot 61, especially disadvantaged kids in Southwest Florida. The Fund and Need portion of the program will be used to combat children's hunger and address oral health. Then, putting money where your mouth is, see how WineFest dollars are put to use. This pediatric dental clinic fills a need in our community.
We've had 125,000 patient visits to date, which is just phenomenal. I don't know where these people would have gone if NCEF hadn't had the vision.
Plus, she was a trailblazer back in the day. Now at 91, she's inspiring a much younger generation to follow their dreams, and her technique is still pitch perfect. We'll have those stories along with the latest in our Positively Healthy Medical series. I'm Amy Osher, and this is Behind the Headlines. I'm Amy Osher. Thanks for joining us. The social season in Southwest Florida is prime time for giving. Over the next several months, local charities will greatly benefit from elaborate parties with a purpose. The grandest of them all is the Naples Winter Wine Festival, which serves up a twist to get the most bang for their buck. The last lot in next week's live auction is the Fund a Need. This year, money collected from Lot 61 will address a specific need of children in this community. In past years, proceeds were directed into areas including vision and healthcare. This special lot is always saved for last to give everyone a final chance to dig deep and donate.
So our Fund a Need is a little bit like a cash call. We'll start with $100,000 and hope that we get as many people standing up with their paddles for $100,000, and then we'll work our way down to $1,000.
Patrons also receive a giving card where they can write down any amount they choose.
And then we collect all the cards and add them all up, and hopefully it'll be a big number at the end of the night.
Leaving no dollars on the table is the idea behind a Fund in Need auction lot. This year's proceeds will go towards children's hunger and oral health initiatives. For several years now, WineFest funds have supported a local pediatric dental clinic. Step inside the NCEF Pediatric Dental Center, where charity dollars are turned into smiles. So this is where all the action takes place?
This is where it all happens. So we have 4 open bay areas here. We do our recall exams and new patient exams in this area.
A community assessment determined kids in Southwest Florida sorely needed dental care. This 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art clinic fills the void.
And then we have a triage room here. If somebody comes in with a dental emergency, then we're able to assess what their needs are. And then we have 10 operatories down the hallway here that I'll show you.
Dental health is benefiting from the 2018 Fund a Need part of the Naples Winter Wine Festival's live auction. The WineFest Foundation established the clinic in 2008. It's this year's Fund a Need in part because of Becky Card, a retired dentist, now a WineFest trustee.
That's why this need is very, very near and dear to my heart.
Practicing in rural Tennessee, she saw low-income families with children who needed help.
Dentistry is related to your whole body, so it's important to have good dental care and good habits so that you have good overall health.
This is Justin Medina. He's 5 years old.
Justin's here for a checkup. Fingers crossed, over a total of 3 or 4 visits, he hasn't had any cavities.
The dental is very important. If you don't start now, if you don't start now at the beginning, they got their first teeth coming out and changing, you got to start young.
Many of the area's kids aren't so lucky. 65% of Collier third graders already have tooth decay, 18% experiencing swelling or pain. A lot of what you do here, kind of advanced cases, or people that need operations or different treatments?
Absolutely. So we have nitrous is centrally plumbed into every room in the clinic, and that helps us comfortably treat our children. We also have 2 sedation suites, which are at the end of the hallway here, and we have pediatric anesthesiologists that comes 4 days a month, and they help us sedate our children so that they can receive their care in a comfortable environment.
Run by the University of Florida College of Dentistry, pediatric dental residents from around the country staff the clinic, tending to children from across Southwest Florida.
We still have patients every day traveling 2 hours to access care here.
They arrive many times with abscessed teeth needing extractions. Some kids need 10 fillings or more by the time they see a dentist. Would this facility be here if it were not for WineFest dollars?
Absolutely not. We've had 125,000 patient visits to date, which is just phenomenal. I don't know where these people would have gone if NCEF hadn't had the vision.
It comes down to putting your money where your mouth is. A lot of wine and money will be flowing during the Winter Wine Festival's 3-day event. Here's a look by the numbers. The Naples Winter Wine Festival dates back to 2001, raising $2.7 million that year. By 2017, the festival's brought in more than $161 million for local children's charities. The weekend event is consistently named one of the top 10 arts and entertainment events by the Luxury Institute. As for fun facts, one of the highest earning lots came in 2007 when a Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe went for $2 million. And there will be 2,500 glasses on hand for this Saturday's wine tasting. Most importantly, WineFest funds have benefited the lives of over 200,000 at-risk children in Southwest Florida. Still ahead, he's the king of the road. A furry friend is bringing a Cape Coral neighborhood together. That story is coming up, so keep it here.
Life here is amazing, and so is the joint care. At the Total Joint Center at Physicians Regional Healthcare System, we've changed the experience of joint replacement for good. With our comprehensive joint care program, most hip and knee replacement patients return home in just 2 days, because we know you want to get on with your active life. Pain-free living starts at Physicians Regional Medical Center, Collier Boulevard, and Physicians Regional Medical Center, Pine Ridge.
When quality, style, and selection matter, Behr's Furniture is the only place to go. And during our 500 brand names event, shop now for up to 70% off the best brands. From half off Tommy Bahama's elegant Royal Kahala collection to half off beautiful Bernhardt designs, you get amazing savings store-wide. Huge savings on brands like Natuzzi, Thomasville, Royal, Hooker, and more. With over 500 name brands to choose from. Don't miss it.
Hiring the right moving company is important. Best Moving and Storage is a family-owned and operated business serving Southwest Florida for over 22 years. From our free in-home estimate until the last piece of furniture is in your new place or stored in our climate-controlled warehouse, we treat you like family. Best Moving and Storage is fully licensed and insured, with all of our employees being certified drivers and packers. When it comes to protecting your treasured belongings, choose a company that's experienced and trustworthy. Call Best Moving and Storage today at 239-592-6565.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida, and now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now, 2 locations to serve you.
Putting your heart to the test, advanced diagnostic tools are helping doctors get a read on your cardio health. Here's the latest in this edition of Positively Healthy. A timely diagnosis of a heart condition can make the difference between life and death. Many times the first indication of trouble for a patient is a heart attack.
The most important thing is to know your personal risk factors, and that's why seeing a cardiologist is very important.
Dr. Sarah DeLeon Manson is part of Physicians Regional Medical Group. Among her specialties is advanced diagnostic testing.
I do stress nuclear studies, stress echocardiograms, whole-term monitoring, EKGs, transesophageal echocardiograms. All of these are non-invasive.
A less invasive option to coronary catheterization is the cardiac CT scan. Minimizing the risk that comes with inserting a probe, the painless scan delivers extremely detailed images of the heart.
It looks at anatomy of the heart and it looks at blood flow. If there's a blockage there or if there's a chunk of calcium blocking the blood flow to the artery, you would see it.
The field of nuclear studies is increasingly important in diagnosing coronary artery disease, assessing pumping function, and predicting treatment effects. Nuclear scans can reveal a great deal in short order.
We can take scans at a much quicker scan time. Before patients used to have to sit all day, but now they're much faster, and that also shows us any problems with heart blockages, reversibility. It just depends on the patient and their medical history on which test is the most appropriate for them.
It wasn't too many years ago when the echocardiogram, which is essentially an ultrasound of the heart, was the standard. Today, there are more specialized versions.
Now we can look at strain imaging, and that tracks the motion of the muscle of the heart to show us if there's any deterioration or dysfunction of the heart muscle, and that could be a clue that a person is developing heart problems.
Using external tests rather than instruments inserted into the body, non-invasive cardiology is providing an in-depth look into your heart.
The field moves so fast that there's always, a new intervention or a new diagnostic modality that we can use to help diagnose our patients.
This story will warm your heart. It's not uncommon for neighbors to come together to help a friend in need. But how about caring for a cat? Louie the kitty is pretty much the entire block's pet. This story comes to us from the news press.
So we got to do a little Louie check, so we're all kind of looking now. Louie! Looster! Everybody takes care of him. Everybody's like, okay, slow down the street, because it's very important that we take very good care of him, because we all look out for him. Louie! Here in the neighborhood, he looked hungry. We just started feeding him. 9 years ago, wasn't it? 10 years ago, yeah. And he just started hanging around, and he was so friendly, and he was good. And then he started going to everybody's house, and everybody loved him. And then, like, if it storms, if it's cold, we have feather pillows in the garage for him. And during the hurricane, they didn't even call to check on their house. They called and said, "How's Louie?" Because everybody cares about Louie more than us. They didn't say, "Are you guys okay?" No. Are we okay? It doesn't matter. How's Louie? Oh my gosh, yes. If we don't see him for 2 or 3 days, we're like combing the neighborhood, going, "Where is he?" Yeah. And it's like we want to put sign. I'll say my son in Atlanta, I'm going, "We haven't seen Louie in a couple of days." "Mom, it's a stray cat." Because it's like, it's just part of the family.
He's part of the family. He's part of the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's a common thread that ties the neighborhood together.
Well, it kind of brings the neighborhood together. Yeah, because everybody watches him and everybody feeds him, and we all are concerned about him when we don't see him for a couple of days. But he's a pretty cool cat.
I will always pause for a cat video. Now back to People News. Here's a sample of what our reporters are covering on the beat.
Thanks, Amy. So this week we're taking a look into how much money Collier County spent immediately following Hurricane Irma. Clerk Dwight Brock has raised a couple red flags over some of the major expenses, including sewage removal. He found out about $200,000 was billed to the county that the contractor couldn't really account for, couldn't really show exactly how it was, what the work was for. So that's $200,000 now that taxpayers will not have to spend. He also found out that the county has spent about $37 a meal for thousands of meals in that week after Hurricane Irma, before any of the restaurants were open. So we're going to dig into more about what those meals were for. So you can find out more about this at naplesnews.com.
Hi, I'm Ashley Collins. I'm a reporter with the Collier Citizen. This past week I got a chance to speak to Sally Bedell Smith. She's a biographer who's written all there is to know about the royals, from Queen Elizabeth II to Princess Diana, to her most recent book, centering on Prince Charles. And she's actually coming to Naples on January 31st to talk about her newest book and to share royal secrets and also what she really thinks about The Crown, the Netflix original show on the reigning Queen Elizabeth II. For more on this story, visit naplesnews.com.
Hi, I'm Shelby Reynolds. I'm a features reporter at the Naples Daily News. This last week, I worked on a story about a business here in Naples called So Easy. Lauren Johnston actually started this business about 22 years ago up in the Northeast, but moved down here and opened up a new location here in Naples about a year and a half ago. Basically, she teaches young children and teens how to sew, which she says is a life skill that is quickly disappearing. Many parents no longer know how to sew and aren't teaching their children. So you can find that story at naplesnews.com.
I'm Harriet Heithouse, arts and entertainment writer for the Naples Daily News and naplesnews.com. This week I caught up with some truly brassy women, headed by Mary Elizabeth Bowden of Naples. They have a brass quintet which is played everywhere from in the US clear to Finland. They now have a new disc out and they're talking about almost an orchestra just composed of women. Read about it in naplesnews.com and Naples Daily News.
A newsroom visit isn't complete without giving Brent his say. Here's our weekly commentary.
Thanks, Amy. Here in Naples, we've become experts in wine appreciation. Not wine appreciation as in identifying particular vintages by their smoky nose, but wine appreciation as in appreciating the benefits of the Naples Winter Wine Festival, which takes place next week. Those benefits include an annual boost to the area's economy, the notoriety that comes with hosting one of the world's premier charity auctions, and more than $110 million in donations to local children's charities since 2001. But can you truly appreciate wine if you don't understand its place in world history? Here are some historical footnotes, fun facts, and trivial observations about wine, coupled with equally trivial, sarcastic remarks. For instance, the Bolsheviks were against alcohol and imposed strict prohibition following the Russian Revolution. Adolf Hitler was a known non-drinker. Abraham Lincoln, on the other hand, once ran a liquor store, and Thomas Jefferson was a wine connoisseur. USA, USA. The bill for the celebration party for the 55 drafters of the U.S. Constitution was for 54 bottles of Madeira, 60 bottles of claret, 8 bottles of whiskey, 22 bottles of port, 8 bottles of hard cider, 12 beers, and 7 bowls of alcohol punch large enough that, quote, ducks could swim in them. Maybe that explains the whole electoral college thing. There's a cloud of alcohol in outer space large enough to make 4 trillion drinks. No wonder this crew of the Starship Enterprise was in no hurry to come back to Earth. The Pilgrims landed at what is now called Plymouth, Massachusetts, rather than continue sailing because they were running out of supplies, especially alcohol. That makes sense. Why else would you stop at a place called Plymouth Rock? Was Providence Jagged Outcropping already occupied? The U.S. Marines' first recruiting station was in a bar. Maybe that explains the whole first to fight thing. Finally, Washington, D.C. consumes more wine per capita than any state in the nation. No doubt about it, that does explain a lot. I'm Brent Batten. Be sure to read my column on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays in the Naples Daily News. Check me out on Facebook, and as always, thanks for watching.
After the break, age is nothing more than a stat for this lady. Many, many years ago, she was a pro baseball player, along with other women playing in a league of their own. She was recently playing around in Southwest Florida. That's coming up on Behind the Headlines.
When quality, style, and selection matter, Bears Furniture is the only place to go. And during our 500 brand names event, shop now for up to 70% off the best brands. From half off Tommy Bahama's elegant Royal Kahala collection to half off beautiful Bernhardt designs, you get amazing savings store-wide. Huge savings on brands like Natuzzi, Thomasville, Royal, Hooker, and more. With over 500 name brands to choose from. Don't miss it.
The area's only 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're full-service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. Only at Physicians Regional Healthcare System.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida, and now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now, 2 locations to serve you.
Is your auto insurance keeping pace with your life? Ask for a AAA Triple Check Insurance Review to see if your current policy is still a good fit. An agent will assess changes in your life, like new vehicles or drivers. Make sure you've got the right coverage and all the discounts you deserve. They'll also see how a AAA membership can round out your protection on the road. Plus, provide roadside assistance, discounts, free services, and vacation extras. Ask for your AAA Triple Check today.
Hiring the right moving company is important. Best Moving and Storage is a family-owned and operated business serving Southwest Florida for over 22 years. From our free in-home estimate until the last piece of furniture is in your new place or stored in our climate-controlled warehouse, we treat you like family. Best Moving and Storage is fully licensed and insured, with all of our employees being certified drivers and packers. When it comes to protecting your treasured belongings, choose a company that's experienced and trustworthy. Call Best Moving and Storage today at 239-592-6565.
Like fashion in general, home decor goes in and out of style. With a look at what's hot, here's Sue Huff and our Bears design team in this week's Inspired Living.
Today we're with Alan Wren talking about outdoor living space. And Alan, in Florida, the outdoor living space is just equally as important as the inside, right?
Yes, one of the reasons people come here is we get to enjoy our outdoor lifestyles. And in many homes, we even have kitchens and TVs outside. This is a collection from Barclay Butera.
This is a new collection for you.
This is a new collection. We're very excited. He's a designer that works on homes from Southampton to Sarasota, actually all over the country. And this is by Pride Castell. It's a beautiful collection, very classic, beautiful detailing in the fretwork. It's a cast aluminum with a powder-coated painted finish, so it will take all the weather other than hurricanes, of course. But the fabrics, he's known for the navy detailing because he does a lot of coastal looks, and this just gives you that wonderful classic navy and white in a sunbrella fabric. So again, it takes sun damage, or doesn't damage in the sun, and the cleanability is just can't be beat.
And it's beautiful because it is elegant, it's outdoor living, but which is so important here. And it's like the sides of these chairs are just a lot different than most things that you see out in a lanai or patio area.
Well, really what we're thinking of it is these are outdoor living rooms. The weather lets us afford many months of enjoyable weather where you can sit out in the evening, read a book, just relax, and this is every bit as comfortable as our indoor upholstery.
So it's comfortable, it's durable, and you have many more selections of outdoor living furniture here at Bears. And if people want to come and talk to you about that, are you available?
Oh yes. Again, my name's Alan. I'm one of the designers, and we have many designers on staff to help people with getting the right look for their home, inside or out.
And have it all cohesive and all flow and have a beautiful look and a beautiful home. Yes. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
And finally today, she's a living legend, one of a few dozen surviving players from the groundbreaking all-girls professional baseball league, the one depicted in the popular movie League of Their Own. Maybelle Blair turned 91 last week, and she's still pitching for women in sports. Maybelle was a right-handed pitcher for the Peoria Red Wings in 1948, which was part of the All-Girls Pro League. A trailblazer back in the day, Maybelle visited Fort Myers pitching in support of women's sports, playing a game of catch to advance the Boston Red Sox third annual fantasy camp for women. At the other end of her toss was another notable. Ela Borders was a camp coach. She's the first woman to ever earn a college baseball scholarship and one of the few ladies to ever play men's pro baseball. Hard to top that one, so we're going to leave it right there. Thank you for sharing your day with us. You can always catch up on past shows by logging on to naplesnews.com. On the left-hand side under Quick Links, select Behind the Headlines. I'm Amy Osher. See you back here next week.